Hello, my loves. Welcome to All Hands on Deck Tarot. It's Thursday night, September 12th. This is for air signs. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The young, immature Gemini, the middle, mature Libra, and the very wise Aquarius. I say that because I now understand that each of us, it depends on where we are in the whole scheme of it, whether we're young at the beginning of the signs, or we're in the middle, or we're at the very end, making us more wise. So those of us that are born early in the year tend to be more childlike, and those of us born later in the year tend to be more wise. So that can make sense if you think about it, and the people you know, and yourself, and where you fit in. Right? Let's see. I'm not done shuffling these cards, but happiness is on the bottom. So that's good. We like that. We're keeping that. We're keeping happiness. Any chance there is a happiness, we're keeping it. That's right. Because you have to believe in happiness. You have to choose it. You have to pursue it. You have to live in it. No matter what the circumstances are that you are facing, that you are looking at, you still have to believe in your happiness, even when it all falls down, even when it's a mess, even when everything breaks, even when, nothing works out right, even when it's chaos. And you're still like, yeah, I'm okay, I'm happy, I'm good. Everything fell apart and I'm okay. You have to be like that. In order to be happy, you have to choose happiness. Happiness has been given to us. You have to grasp it, hold on to it, cherish it, cater to it, love it, appreciate it, want it. Overlook the other things in order for it to exist. You could have happiness and disregard it and just think, oh, no, don't worry about that. I got to worry about these problems. Don't worry about that happiness. Oh, no, look at all this stuff I have to worry about. Look at all this stuff I have to complain about. You can live your whole life like that. Or you can say, you know what? Even though all that other stuff exists, I'm happy. I'm beautiful. I'm healthy. I'm okay. I'm in love. I love myself. I love the sky. I love the flowers. I love my neighbors. I love the person I met in 3rd grade. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. You find love. You believe in love. And then more love comes to you because you're generating love and happiness. So everything good comes to you. Even if it's screwed up sometimes, it's still okay. You find humor in it. There's something I'm supposed to learn from this, I'm sure. That's what you say. What do we got? The moon. So, air signs. So far, we have cups. We have water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And we have the moon, which is Cancer. So we got some water, some emotions. We got some loving, happiness, family, choosing to be happy. And we have some fears. Of course, we do have a full moon coming up tomorrow. Yeah. Which is in Pisces, which is water. So, okay, we got water. Deception. Change. Lies, deception, change, things that are hidden. Fear. Fear and happiness. Afraid to be happy? Not me. I'm not afraid to be happy. I'm standing on it. I'm standing on happiness. Okay, here we go. You ready? Air signs. Ooh, we got a fire sign, Queen of Wands, with the 5 of Swords. This is privacy issues. Privacy being boundaries of privacy being not respected. Serious privacy issues. Some people say this is all about lies and deception. I don't believe that. I believe the 5 of Swords. Listen. 5 of Swords. Pushiness intrusion into private matters, violation of privacy, serious interference. What did I tell you? There is a fire sign. Look, there's a fire sign, Queen of Wands, against an air sign, and there's some privacy issues being confronted. Fire sign, female energy, in charge, beautiful mover, shaker, doer, action, spark, getting things done, with issues about privacy and intrusion about that. And maybe that's what the moon is all about, the privacy, things that are kept secret. Maybe those things are coming out. Maybe secrets are coming out that were once hidden, that were once very private, that were once feeling that were intruded upon, but now can start to be looked at and brought out to work towards happiness. How about them apples as a possibility? Air sign, whether you're young, medium, or wise. Okay. 10 of Pentacles, Earth sign on the bottom. So family. So this is a family situation. So yeah, I'm thinking that there's been an intrusion into privacy by the family, because this is something that's been part of the way things have been. So we're talking about a fire sign who's got it together, dealing with an opposing intrusion of privacy by the family. Because look at that. That family card is right underneath this situation. So maybe there's people in your business that don't belong. Maybe you got to set your boundaries and tell them what your happiness is and what your fears are and what you don't care for when people overstep their place. It takes away from your happiness, and you choose to be happy, so you have to clarify your boundaries. Is that happening in your house? Somebody overstepping their privacy boundaries? Next up. Ooh, Judgment. So Judgment, this is Angel Gabriel. And Judgment is Pluto, fire sign. So, again, we have fire. Pluto is in charge of death and regeneration. So, I would say there is a way in the family that has been about intruding into privacy that is coming to an end. Coming to an end because the spirit guides have stepped in and said, no, we're not doing this anymore. We're not doing this anymore. So there's some help from the universe in working through some issues that have been going on in the family for a while. This is Pentacles, Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And we are the air sign. So, maybe one of us air signs has intruded into someone's privacy. Maybe the fire sign has intruded, but I don't know. Which one is it for you, air sign? It seems as though this fire sign is being opposed by the intrusion. So maybe there's an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius that's in your life that has been handling intrusion of privacy in their pentacly home with all their, wonderfulness, family, grandparents, grandkids, home, hearth, grapevines, money, property, possessions. But you know what? You can live in a great castle, but if nobody respects you, or you're not happy, Doesn't really matter how big the house is, does it? I think there's been some issues. But the universe has stepped in and said, here's a wake-up call. We've made a decision. We've made a judgment that this isn't right anymore. Now we're blowing our horn. Wake up. Hello. Hear this. It's not going to happen like that anymore. There's some change going to be. Spiritual awakening. Wake up. There's a new level that you're expected to understand now and abide by and live by. So are you out of your little sleep? Says, wake up. You've been called. You've been heralded. Yep. That's what's happening. Because the message is coming in to help us find our happiness. Next up, future. Well, 10 of Wands. So this is a burden. This is carrying an oppressive load. So it may be difficult to get past this element. This deception, deception, privacy issues, overstepping boundaries. It may be difficult to work past this, and it may feel like very oppressive. Next up, future. Ta-da! The Queen of Cups, emotional water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. She's the queen. Now we got two queens facing each other with this card in the middle. So we have a water sign and we have a fire sign. And these two are facing each other when they lay on the table. And this is between them. So, what I believe is, he's got his back to the water sign. So I believe, and he's looking at the fire sign. I believe there has been an intrusion of privacy by a water sign to an air sign about a fire sign. Does that make sense? Fire sign has had to deal with the intrusion of the privacy issues. And there's Queen of Cups here, who's a woman, mother, maternal person, kind, loving, deep emotional realms here. Maybe this is two, we are dealing with Gemini and air signs. This could be two sides of the same person, right? They could have fire in their chart and water in their chart. They could be firing and go get them and also introspective. And in between them is a problem about privacy issues and overstepping their boundaries about someone else's privacy, or their privacy has been overstepped. Sure is a burden, though, to somebody. Somebody's carrying a heavy weight. But we're trying to get to happiness here. But we got to go through the moon. Tomorrow's the full moon in Pisces, which again is a water sign. Water sign. You got to go through the emotions to clarify the issues. But you have to keep your emotions in check. Because whether you're the Gemini and you're immature in your ways, you're the Libra and you're more mature, or you're the Aquarius and you're very mature in your thinking pattern. And I think I'm pretty wise, even though I'm a Gemini. I know my childlike qualities, but I'm also well-read and have a lot of experience. So even though I can call myself childlike, I know I have a deep wisdom. So don't be offended. But sometimes we have to learn how to stand up for ourselves and stake our claim. And maybe sometimes we have to hold our ground and other people have to lose. and they have to walk away because we need to stand our ground. And that might feel uncomfortable sometimes. And I think as we get better, we learn how to stand up for ourselves in a mature, diplomatic way, whether that's to our parents, our siblings, our spouses, our neighbors, our coworkers, our bosses, the person at the store. It doesn't, somebody on the phone. Like, there is something very important here about standing up for what you need, what is yours. Now, he seems to have a grin on his face that he's taken things from other people. So I can see that this card isn't very nice. But why do we take things from other people? Either because we need them or because they weren't paying attention and they lost. So you're allowed to win, but if somebody's overstepping their boundaries and they're not heeding your boundaries and you feel ripped off, you have to stand up for yourself. If that feels uncomfortable, you have to find better ways to do it. You have to find more mature ways to do it. Even if you feel scared inside, it's important to stand up for yourself and hold your ground, hold your space. Because the older, more the one that's been around forever. Yeah, this book, Old Reliable here, says this card is failure, defeat, degradation, conquest by unfair means over others, cowardliness, cruelty, malice, theft. That is an empty victory. So it's interesting we get that, but we also have pushiness, intrusion into private matters, a violation of privacy, serious interference. I think somebody's been mistreated. I don't care how you want to call it. This is indicating a problem that I believe stems from the family, because this is on the bottom. This is part of how things have been. There's a fire sign here, a female fire energy, which could be male or female, that is part of this. And there's a water sign that's a factor in all this cowardliness, degradation, mistreatment, intrusion, all that happening here. There's a fire sign and a water sign that's involved in this. Now the universe, this isn't the placement of on its way out. So the universe has already done its job. Maybe the universe caused an argument about the intrusion. Maybe the universe brought the problem to the table so people can discuss it or at least realize it. Maybe the universe, dropped this little baby in your lap and now you got to deal with it and it's a big frickin' burden and you don't want to deal with it because it's not fun. It's intrusion. It's unfair. But you have to deal with it. You have to carry this until you're ready to set it down. And 10, you're ready to set it down. This could have been going on for 10 years, 10 weeks, 10 months, 10 days. But this is something you have to deal with. And then you will feel emotionally balanced when you do, whether this is a person or just the feeling. Once you deal with this burden, you will feel more in touch with your heart. You hear me? Air sign? Now let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last cards. Oh. And the last card in the deck. Oh, the world. See? Changes. Okay. So, in the fear position, we have Empress. Highly powerful female. She makes babies. She makes business deals. She brings families into fruition. She has her property. She sits back and everything comes to her. She receives well. She's all the queens together. air, fire, earth, and water. She has all the tools she needs to manifest whatever she wants in her life. She's beautiful, she's happy, she gives birth, she follows through. But this is in a fear place. And she's next to justice. So maybe there's some concern about making things right. Maybe this is such a burden, this whole unfair deal, unfair privacy issue is such a heavy burden. It's so deceptive. How other people see the situation. It's going to be made right. It's going to be made right. And it's going to be made right because of this Empress, or this Empress is afraid, or you, air sign, are concerned about this female energy because you want to protect her and you want to make it right for her. And she deserves it to be right. You're afraid. But this is how it's being seen, that it's going to be brought into justice. The scales will be balanced. And the highest hopes and desires, Ace of Cups. Power of love. Highest hope and desire. Beginning brand new start of overflowing love can happen once things are made right. Last card, the Wounded Warrior, 9 of Wands, fire sign. Somebody who has energy in reserve to still fight the battle. So there's still a battle to be won. This is the 9 and here's the 10. So it's coming to an end, this battle. But right now there's still a little bit of fight that's got to be done. In order to get to your happiness, air signs, you have to go through this deception that has been part of this situation. Lies, cheating, degradation, unfair treatment, privacy issues, intrusion, all that stuff surrounding a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And that can be in their sun, moon, rising, or Venus, you know. You have to know all your charts so you know where this applies. You will get emotional stability once you deal with this burden that has been part of this family. But there's a powerful woman that you're afraid of, that you want to make it right for. You want to make it right for her because you want love. You want pure love with her, but you still got to do this fight. This battle has to happen. You're not done with the argument. You're not done with the standing your ground and making your boundaries. See how he's standing his ground? He made his boundaries. He's got that line of wands behind him. He knows which side he's on. And he's tired, but he's still willing to stand there and fight. And this, like I said, has been going on for a long time. And the last card on top of the deck is the world. And the world's Earth. Saturn, yeah. Saturn's run by Capricorn. Rules, regulations. Well, they're changing. The rules, the boundaries, the lies, the honesty, the privacy, the intrusion, the rules are changing. Changing. Happiness. Believe in it. Gotta go through the deception first. It's a burden, I get it. But when you do, you will feel emotionally more stable. And you'll have love. And you'll make it right for her so you don't have to be afraid. Just fight a little bit more. You got a little bit of fight left in you. Come on. You got this. You got this, air sign. Come on. We got the change coming. Let's rock the world, man. Let's rock it. You ready? All right. You want one more. I feel you. I hear you. All right. What else we got? What else do we have for the air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's be right side. For for the childlike Geminis, for the seriously well-balanced Libras, and the cool, seriously well-balanced Libras, and the outlandish, independent, very wise, old mind Aquarius. All you air signs. Ooh. So there's going to need to be some healing. So a lot of this has to do with love and loss. And there's some deep pain associated here with all this stuff going on. So there's going to need to be some healing about the heart. And heart is emotions, which is this water sign. So there's going to be healing once this deception is brought to light and this issue is clarified. So you're going to have to stand your ground. You're going to have to find some courage inside yourself and deal with this. The Empress came out again. So there's a very powerful female that is either calling the shots or you want to protect her. She has a baby, she has a new business, she runs the house, she's part of this family unit, she holds the money, she holds the keys, she's got the power, you want to protect her, she broke your heart. I'm not quite sure. You're afraid. She's in the fear position here, and here she comes out with the heart that's broken. So I don't know if she did some damage and it's going to be made right. Okay, I'm thinking that there's a very powerful female that has done some damage here, and it needs to be made right. And it's a big burden, and it's frightening to walk through it. But the universe has already been here to help you. Trust that. Trust your happiness. Trust your deep gut feeling about what makes you happy. And whatever you have to go through, to bring it to the front and say, hey, listen, this isn't right. Some of these things need to be changed. We need to talk about this. This has to be brought out into the light. I'm not comfortable with this. This doesn't make me happy. I need to change some things. We need to talk about this. However you go about having your communication style, immature, medium, or wise, whatever you got to do, air sign, we are the communicators. We're the higher level thinkers. So, ask your heart, ask your gut, ask your mind. What's the solution here? What's the problem? What's hurting me the most? Eight of Pentacles. You're going to have to work on the details. See how he's concentrating on one? You're going to have to concentrate on the one thing that's actually the issue here. That's Earth sign. This Three of Swords, that's air sign. And the Empress, she's Earth. What else? This wants to jump out. The King of Rods, fire sign. With the Knight of Cups. Fire sign bringing in an offering, an emotional offering. So again, this fire sign. King of Rods, Queen of Rods. So we have a power couple on the board. Maybe we got twin flames. We could have him looking at her. That would be nice. They're looking at each other. See? They love each other. So we have some fire here that's matched up. And there's love. Yeah, these two came out together. So there's love offer between these two. This fire sign wants to offer his cup of love, apology, something heartfelt from the emotions to the Queen. So that's coming. But it's going to take some concentration. It's going to take concentration. It's going to take a burden to work through deception and change and intrusion issues from the family. But you're going to have to protect this Empress woman. She's either done damage or you want to protect her. But it's going to be made right. See, it's got to be made right. I think there's a lot of heartache associated with her. but it's got to be made right. She's an earth sign. She holds a lot of power. But, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the CEO, if it's the, the president of the home club or the neighborhood association or your boss or your coworker or somebody who lives in your home with you or the person you're in love with. You still have to be able to say, you know what? This doesn't feel right. This needs to change. I feel as though I have to, suggest this idea. Like, whatever it is, you have to find the place inside you that you can talk from, honestly, and come from a place in your heart that's real. And then it does help heal things. And you can get to your happiness. But you truly have to walk through the burden of uncovering the deceptions that are holding us up. You have a fire sign in your life, air sign, that's been going through some intrusion privacy issues that are not fair. There's an earth sign and a water sign that are involved in this. And you're going to have to find your place, air sign, to make this right. We got the Hermit, the Last Judgment, and the Four of Pentacles. So now we have this judgment twice. So, this is a call. This is a call from the universe to wake people up, to get them out of their dead zone and say, hey, lift up your mind, your soul, your spirit, your ideas, because this has to come to a higher level. You have to go inside and think. You have to find your way. You have to hold, and figure your way through this. You have to think and figure your way through this. The universe is helping you. But you really need to go inside and think. Again, Judgment's Earth, Hermit's, this is Sagittarius. The Hermit. That's Virgo, and this is Earth too. Right, it's Virgo. What am I thinking? It's Virgo. Earth. And this is Earth. See, this is all Earth. Air sign, you have a lot of Earth happening in you. And I think there's something going on with that we're in Virgo season. And Virgo is an Earth sign. And yet it's ruled by Mercury, which is our sign, our Gemini sign. So you have the stability of the Earth, but the movement, the quick movement of communication, transportation, movement with Mercury. But there's a lot of indication that you need to hold, go inside and think, and let the universe help you wake up, stand up, and be heralded to understand a new calling that's taking place. It's taking place. You can't even ignore it. And I can't even shut up and stop talking. Like, I don't even know why. It's just like going on forever here. The sun wants to be in my hand. We're going to stop on the sun because the sun is all knowing, all seeing, light, purity. It's us. It's ourselves. It's the light. It's the fulfillment of all you want. It's loving yourself. It's finding the brightness and the happiness in everything. It's the radiance of the sun. It's the healing power of the sun. The sun and the moon. And the world. And all the circles. There's change happening here. You're going to have to walk through it to get to your happiness. And you're scared, but you have the capacity to win in this and come out successfully. But you're being woken up. You're being called by the universe to step up to a new higher level. And all this deception stuff, privacy issues that have been overstepped, boundaries that have been not respected, intrusion is done. Is done. Think about it. Go inside. Take your time. Hold still. Go deep inside and think. Let the universe help you with maybe a conversation that'll naturally show itself. And use that opportunity to bring the healing. Because you're working towards love here, but you got a little bit of a fight left. You got a little bit of a battle that still has to happen, which is going to make things right. It's going to make things balanced. And I presume this has to do with your family, you know? This is maybe old patterns that are in your family that need to change. But you'll feel better emotionally once you have this conversation. And there's a birthing, new beginning that you're afraid to embrace. Because it takes walking through these steps to make it right, to get to the love you want. But it takes a battle. You still have a battle to fight. You've been through battles before. With swords, with wands, with your heart. You've been through lots of battles. You have it in you to fight one more battle. Okay? And then your happiness is here. It's waiting for you. You got to choose to possess it, to receive it, to accept it, to allow it in your life. But you just got a little bit of a battle to do about deception that has to be handled. A little bit of a battle about deception that has to be handled. Have the courage and handle it. Handle it. Handle it. Love you, air signs. Even if you're immature, I love you. Even if you're middle, Libra, wise, Aquarius, doesn't matter which air sign you are. I love you. All right, fight your battle and then receive your happiness, okay? The sun's waiting for you. And the new moon, the full moon's tomorrow. So the time's now. The time is now. Let the universe's opportunity to help you through this. The wake-up call is here. Okay? Allow it. Yeah. You're moving away from things that are no longer serving you. Six of Swords, air sign. You're moving away from this stuff. It doesn't work anymore. You got happiness to go towards, remember? Bye. Have a good night. Hope this helped. Bye.